Welcome to the channel, everybody. We are doing a TV show review, but we're doing it a little bit differently this time. I'm happy to say that Girlfriend is with me finally for a
Yay.
TV show slash movie review, and we're actually using a brand new microphone. So hopefully you can hear us well, and it sounds great. It's very possible we might be doing podcasts soon because it sounds so crisp.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going over 13 reasons why. This is a spoiler-free review. If you haven't seen the show, it's out on Netflix. Go check it out. But we're going to get to talking about it a little bit. We're going to talk about a couple things we did like, a couple things we didn't like. So without further ado, cue that intro. Where to begin with the show? 13 Reasons Why.
Why what?
Why she dead. So 13 Reasons Why is about a show. Well, I said that wrong.
It's about a show. It's about a show. Wait, what?
13 Reasons Why is about a characters who man, I feel like I can't even talk now.
It's about Hannah Baker.
Yes, it's about Hannah Baker and why she commits suicide. And there are 13 tapes that she recorded on, and these tapes are made and tailor-made for specific people who are responsible for her suicide. Now, granted, suicide is a willful choice, but it's the events that took place in her life that eventually she was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
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 Go ahead. What do you have to add to that?
No.
What did you think of 13 Reasons Why as a whole? The whole first season. That's what I meant. Whole first season.
It was confusing at first. I know. I was like, I love the whole show. No. The first season was very confusing. I did fall in love with it after because all the twists and turns and stuff, it all led to something. It wasn't just like,
It wasn't your average teen drama
yeah.
series. It wasn't like watching, oh gosh, what teen dramas do we have?
I watch all of them.
I know.
No, No, it wasn't like that at all. It was more serious though too. It was a serious matter. It wasn't just like, oh, I like her and she likes me. It was like suicide.
Yeah. There were some real people with real problems.
Yeah.
Life.
I know.
But well, I know how I even came to first be aware of the show was actually she was the first one who pointed me to the show. She was like, "Babe, this show is so good. We need to watch it." It wasn't exactly like that, but it was pretty darn close. But I was a little apprehensive because I'm like, I'm not into teen drama shows and stuff like that. It just I watch other things. I watch cool stuff like comic book movies. Well, this is why I actually wanted to have her on the review with me for this one specifically, because she's a TV show watcher. She'll binge through a series like in a snap. It's really crazy.
Oh, yeah.
But this one was very particular and kind of special because this one, it wasn't your average series like she had just discussed. It's something that is very real. It's something that does happen. And what makes this show honestly so good is we see the perspective of the victim and the people who were affected by it and the people who ultimately led her to commit suicide. And I think one of the really big key elements of the show that's highlighted very well is we see the perspective of the main character, Hannah Baker, Catherine Langford,
yes.
if I'm correct. We'll put up a picture right here. But she does such a good job of getting us to understand her perspective and why she came to the decision to commit suicide. I mean,
yeah.
Go ahead. I'll let you interject now because I'm rambling on. So go ahead.
Oh yeah, no. So it does go through her whole perspective, and at first it's like, oh wow, it's just about suicide, but it's not just about her, like one person or one major event that caused her to do this. It started with, like something small or minor, and it's like, okay, but then it like leads up to like, whoa, she didn't start with just like, boom, this was it. It was like, okay, there was things leading up to it, and at first she was hoping somebody would give her a reason to not do this, to herself.
Mm-hmm. Well, she tried her best to well, during the course of the show, the first season in particular, we see Hannah Baker. This isn't really a spoiler. This is just what we thought of the series and a little bit more.
Yeah.
She does try to confide in people who she thinks are friends, who wind up turning out not to be. Some people are. Some people kind of turn their back on her. But all this stuff that she went through eventually led up to her ultimate demise. Now, some of the stuff I really do enjoy, and we'll kind of get into this a little bit more, is the how things are played out. How it's not just her that's directly affected, but we see the people that are around her who are like heavily affected, and not just by like, oh wow, she died, that really sucks, but it was also pretty deep in the sense of it broadened the scope because we saw the perspectives of the people who were directly involved, the people who were not directly involved, and some of the people who were even outside of the school aspect, like the parents, the teachers, and stuff like that. We see their perspective in a particular way where it kind of grounds the situation, where it's not just about the death and this girl. It's about other people that are in life still, the people who are still living.
Yeah.
And how crazy is it that this one person affected more people than she really understood? And it's kind of like that in life, is that we go around and we don't really understand how many people we actually affect by just saying hello, or, you know, turning our back on somebody, or ending a friendship, or, I mean, talking bad about somebody. I mean, every choice we make has a repercussion, good or bad. And I think that's really prominent with this show, is that it shows that we see the repercussions of some of the things she did and some of the stuff that they did, but how it brought this whole... I'm trying so hard not to give too many details.
I know.
But it's a little...
all of the topics that they discuss are really deep, because people go through this. It's not just made up, you know, stories thrown in it for it.
Yeah.
It's things high schoolers really go through. And that's where people were like so angry and thinking that it's, you know, like just about suicide, but no, it's deeper than that.
And it's not even like it's a sob story. It's kind of it's an eye opener for people, because people, like you said, people really go through this, and people really get this low, but they don't have anybody who they could talk to.
The show also even covers, you know, changes that people who are thinking of these things go through. You know, whether it be a major change on their body, or, you know, something that you can see physically, or something emotionally that you can tell is like different with them. And
it even goes down to how people dress.
Yeah.
It's really interesting, because
they go through major changes, and there's something deeper going on. It goes through all of that. It's crazy. And
something that I know she and I both agreed on, that was just I'm trying to formulate a sentence. I can't right now. Something that we both agreed on that was just was great to see, was at the very beginning of every episode and at the very end of every episode, they make sure that they let you know that if you're dealing with any of these situations, there's this number that you can call for help. You're not alone. And it's not just a number on a screen that they show at the beginning and end, but they have the actors and the actresses give their 2 cents and talk about it a little bit. And it's really, I mean, it's I've never seen that before. It's really interesting to see them just kind of talk about it.
Yeah, and it's not like they're condoning it or anything. Like, this is what you do with going through all of this, you know?
Yeah.
They're giving you an out.
So I think a couple of things I know we really liked on the show, just I know we've been rambling on about the whole thing.
Know.
But some of the stuff I know we both really liked was the acting was really great.
Yeah.
I know we talked, I mentioned the perspective of the teachers and the parents and stuff like that. Something a little bit different than the norm. Something that broadened the scope to where it was not just about the kids that were involved.
Yeah, it showed all the adults. It showed everybody who would have been affected by it.
Yeah. And then even the ending of the series, or the season, I'm sorry, the ending of the first season, something that I don't think really anybody expected at first. They were hoping for something like this, I think, but we won't talk about that too much. We'll let it be right there. We'll just
you
say
guys
that.
just have to go watch it.
Yeah, you gotta go watch it. Some of the things we didn't like, there was a couple of things that were kind of like, maybe,
Yeah.
I'll let you talk about that. I know you had brought that up when we were talking about it off camera, but I'll let you go ahead and explain what you...
Well, I think the scenes were a little too much at times. You know, certain scenes, it was like, you didn't have to show that. We got it. We got the hint. You know, it was like, And high schoolers do watch it. Mm-hmm. I know some that do. So it was like, whoa. Yeah, mature audience is proven.
Mm-hmm. There's definitely some few things on the show that I was kind of like, oh, I am seeing this right now.
Yeah, and it makes sense why they would do it, but at the same time, it's like, whoa, you know, like I didn't want to see that though.
And there's a purpose for why they show it and stuff like that. And there's a couple of things that, honestly, they didn't have to show. I'll be totally honest with you. There were things that were just kind of like, you really didn't have to put that in for us to know that.
Yeah.
But I understand why. I guess I don't know. It's maybe just kind of like for people who are that dumb.
Yeah, like, there it is.
It's like, look, this is in your face. This is why it's happening. But there was a couple of scenes like that. But other than that, I really don't have much that I can complain about.
Oh yeah, no.
The writing was good. I mean, the dialogue was great. There was a couple of flat spots. I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
I can't recall it right off memory, but
not that we could talk about it anyways.
Yeah.
But the acting was phenomenal. With Catherine Langford. Dylan Minnette.
Yeah, Clay Jensen, amazing actor, very amazing actor. I could see him going on to do a ton of other stuff, which we do happen to see him go on for another 1 or 2 seasons, which is not really a spoiler, but you know.
Yeah, you'll see when you get there.
Yeah, you'll see when you get there. He's an amazing actor. He did a very good job, and the guy who plays Justin, one of the other characters in the show, is beloved, I think, by everybody. I mean, if they make Funko Pops of him, I will definitely have one.
But I love the show. No, no, but I really enjoyed just how deep it went, and I was gonna say something else, and then you distracted me with the whole you said last. I was like, wait, no.
You're like, yes, but I forgot.
Yeah, I'm like, great, never mind.
Well, no, the acting, and then I know just how they handle a lot of the situations in the story and stuff like that. They're very practical with with how, I mean, how would you react to some of the stuff that happens? I mean,
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, go ahead.
And we talked about the perspective of all the adults and stuff, but it also went through how she may have seen it a certain way and felt a certain way when people did those things to her, but when they told their story or they showed their background, it was something polar opposite. It was like, wow, now I feel bad for that character. Yeah. You know, it's like maybe she just thought too far into it and it wasn't what she thought it was. And
I'm glad you brought that up, because during the progression of the show, a lot of that stuff happens and you aren't really sure what to think of Hannah Baker.
Yeah, like at first you're totally on her side.
Yeah.
And then later it's like, I mean, I still am, but I kind of feel bad for them too.
Yeah.
You know? It's really good writing.
They did a good job on making you kind of feel in the middle of these kids.
Yeah, and the situations that they're going through.
It's it was a perfect it was a perfect example of being caught in the crossfire and not sure who you should be helping or vote or root for.
Yeah.
But that was a very, I'm really glad you brought that. That was a very good example of something that was good about the show. I mean, I think overall the show was really great. I think that if you haven't checked it out, you need to.
Oh yeah.
Again, viewer discretion is advised. It is. I know. I want to say it's a rated MA, which is mature audiences 17 and up. But either way, if you are an adult who can watch it, give it a check. You can skip forward through some of this stuff.
Oh yeah.
That does happen. You don't necessarily have to sit and watch those things that we were talking about, but it's definitely an eye-opener to what modern day bullying is. It's a modern day, just gossip.
And it opens conversations. You can see the lives of high schoolers. You know, these things are really going on through high schools.
Yeah. And if you have teenagers or if you have kids that are going to be going into high school, this kind of helps you see some of the stuff that could potentially save your child from potential suicide. And we're not wishing that upon anybody.
Oh yeah.
But what we're saying is this is an eye opener to make yourself aware of some of those changes, because these are real changes.
Yeah,
these
they
are
give
not...
great examples.
Great examples
Of things that, you know, they change when they're going through traumatic stuff, whether you know about it or not.
Yeah.
And it even shows that secrets are everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, within high schoolers. So.
And I would encourage parents to definitely check this show out. It's definitely not for the faint of heart. Not at all.
No.
But there are some pretty heartwarming moments. There are some pretty heartbreaking moments.
Oh yeah.
And it's a real eye opener.
It's an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah. Yeah, that's absolutely right. But anyway, I think we kind of got everything wrapped up. I think we gave all the information you need to maybe check it out. So without further ado, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. If you guys would like to see Season 2 review, make sure we get up to about 50 likes at least, and we'll go ahead and jump on that next review. And
I'm ready.
I know, I am too. I'm very ready for that. But stay tuned for everything. We have more unboxings coming out. We have more, oh my gosh, we have unboxings. We actually have
a surprise video.
And then another surprise video that we're also working on right now as well. We have unboxings, like I said. We have movie reviews, TV reviews.
Hopefully even starting up podcasts.
Yeah, that'd be fun too. How well this does, maybe that'd be fun. So anyway, guys, be sure to brush your teeth, wash your hands, sanitize yourself, and put on deodorant wherever you go, and wear your face mask, because you don't want to get sick around this time right now. But anyway, without further ado,
we'll see you in the next video.